Joining us now is former United Airlines CEO and Chairman Oscar Munoz. He is also a CNBC contributor. Oscar, thank you very much. I would guess that some people are actually watching us on airplanes and in airports right now. So what do you make of this holiday travel season and the ultimate follow-through to airline stocks?
Well, as it flows through stocks, I mean, I think I always say that, you have to provide proof rather than promise. And I think the airlines written large had a good Thanksgiving season, despite the same record numbers that are being expected for Christmas. And I think the airlines are well equipped. They had a little bit of a blip but again, as we all know, the things that impact airlines, there's controllable and there's non-controllable. And this weekend was weather. There's FAA issues. There's all sorts of things that are not controllable, but they seem to be recovered today. And I think a lot of people are traveling to. You cited numbers. I've seen numbers north of that, but I'm assuming that it indeed will be a good record. As it flows through stocks, again, the issue has been, and you've seen it, especially for a couple of the key big ones, both United and Delta, and United in particular, with a huge run on their stock, as that constant proof about delivering what they say they're going to has really proven to be well. And I think the market's accepting that.
What does make them stand out? Is it the way that they're pricing tickets? Is it capacity? Is it kind of where they service? As you look at kind of the landscape for airlines, what do you think is distinguishing the winners from the losers right now?
I think it's the ability to do what they say they're going to do, in particular with United, to grow to be the largest airline in the world. They've just proven that time and time again while being profitable. And I think the market always rewards the future, not the past, for sure. And I think that you're seeing a lot of the benefit go to them because they do believe and see that growth is happening. So increased revenue over the longer period of time, and as well as margins, is what, again, back to that concept of the future is bright for those two. And I think those would be the two distinguishing factors. They are, to your point, they are running well. Mm-hmm. Customers are generally happy. They're going to more and more places than I know, for instance, United has the most aggressive and ambitious second half of December plan. They're flying all over just a lot of different places. And they're being able to do that, relatively successfully. And I think the markets and customers reward that.
It's interesting, Oscar, given the dominance for multiple years of the big global carriers and the advantages of scale. And, of course, last year we saw JetBlue and Spirit abandon a potential merger because they didn't think they could overcome the regulatory hurdles. Do you think that there will be an opening for more consolidation of some of the smaller players?
It's always hard to forecast that. Clearly, with the new administration, that tends to be more favorable towards these things. But you know what, DOJ and its rules around customer and consumer impact are still pretty hard, fast rules. So it might be a little easier. Whether or not it makes sense for them to do that, I think it remains to be seen. I think, the standalone airlines that are out there right now, do have a little bit of an issue with regards to, it's good to be an airline right now if you're Delta and United. Mm-hmm. American, you look at the market caps. There's a $20 billion market cap between American and United and Delta. And so lots is going to happen. Sure. Whether it happens or not will be an issue with DOJ. I would guess that they'd be a lot more lenient or doing some of these things.
Do you have a thought as to whether Southwest has a good chance of pulling off this restructuring successfully, obviously trying to incorporate some of the customer policies and other attributes of the larger airlines?
I think yes is the answer. I have great trust in that leadership team to pull this off. The issue will be, again, external factors. They're trying to do a lot of different things, I think all in the right direction, but in trying to pull all of that off while facing market pressures, while facing the things that happen normally in markets and to airlines, it's going to be a hard haul. And I think patience will play out. Again, good management team. They've reconstituted their board. The changes they're making are good things. My advice is always that sometimes simplicity is key. So consumers need to know what they're buying and how they're buying. Mm-hmm. And so some of the changes that are being made will take some time for the marketplace and consumers to accept and understand. But I think the changes they're making are good ones. It will take some time. And I think with patience, I think you'll see them remain as one of the strong stalwarts of the industry.